evening. It's me, Jacob, a servant to God. I was blessed to experience something on Canadian Thanksgiving Monday. That was Monday last week. It's been it's Sunday night now. It's been about a week. So Canadian Thanksgiving Monday started off like any other day. About midway through, I succumbed to my former sin of smoking weed. I went to the store and I got a joint, knowing full well what it was gonna do. So I smoked that thing, about half of it, a little more. And the high has become not enjoyable is an understatement. I see it for what it is. I'm in the spirit realm illegally, and I got 30 demons screaming in my ear. Not audibly, but all the way I can hear them. And that's something that God develops in you, that you can hear in the spirit. 30 demons are screaming in my ear, laughing, mocking, having a time of their life. They're glad that I'm high. And I'm sitting there and I'm starting to feel the heaviness. I know that. I did this to myself. I went and I turned that radio frequency on and I'm hearing them. I went into the spirit realm illegally. The Holy Spirit will take you into the spirit realm legally. Any other method is illegal. And I'm not talking about human law. I'm talking about God's law. So I'm hearing all of these demons. I'm not crying about it. I'm not even worried about it. I just don't enjoy it. I'm there. I feel it coming on me heavy. It's to make a comparison. You know, if you're young and you try weed for the first or second time and you take too much and you feel that deep paranoia, you know, that's a spiritual thing. You're listening into the spiritual realm. And those demons don't have mercy on you. And they're going to tell you the truth in a way that's going to make you feel like you're spiraling. So it was almost like that, but even worse, because I've given it up. I've thanked God for taking it from me. He's taken it from me. It was not me that gave it up. You know, he needed my cooperation, but he took it from me. So I relapse. I go back and I smoke a joint. About 3/4 of it, and I'm super stoned. And I'm laying down. I lay down because I know that's like all I really can do is lay down and take it. And then I'm sitting there. I put on some worship music. And I'm praying, and God says to put on some worship music. Just like any other time. So I did that. And I'm listening. I'm praising God in my bed, laying down. I'm praising God despite my own failure. It's not about how good I am. Praising God for His everlasting faithfulness, His everlasting mercy. Until suddenly, boom, it hits me. Holy. I don't know how to explain with words. It was out of this world. It was out of this world. Instantly, my high is gone. I was only about 30 minutes into it. It was just at its best part. what I would have said. It's the worst part, really. And it hits me. I can't explain with words. I'll try. Imagine, well, we've all been in that moment where, you know, whatever happens in your life, you're destroyed, you're heartbroken, you're crying so hard that you feel like the pressure in your head. You're crying so hard, like your whole family died or something, like something severe. It was like that. I was crying harder than I've ever cried in my life. And I've cried myself to sleep thousands of times. I'm a child that was put up for adoption. I went through childhood trauma. In my adult life, I've had moments where I've cried myself to sleep, knowing that it was death or jail for me. Some real crap. Think about that fresh crying of your first love. She breaks up with you or whatever, and you're crying so hard. It's like that. It was so the hardest I've ever cried. Just boom, it hits me, and I'm bawling for Jesus. But the difference was there was zero sadness. There was zero pain. It was only an intense, out of this world bawling. In my head, I was like, why is this happening to me? I've been filled with the Holy Spirit. I know that's intense, but that was 1% of the feeling I had right now. This was out of this world. God was showing me something. And later he tells me it was a glimpse of his presence. I'm bawling. His presence is right there. I realize he's in the room with me. I was thinking, did he touch me? He must have touched me. That's what I thought. He must have touched me. And then I get up, I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. I have my face inside of my hood. I'm hiding my face, crying even harder and harder. I feel him so strongly now. He's there. He says, look up. Don't hide your face. I looked up and I couldn't see him with my eyes. And if I did see him with my eyes, I think I would have died. That's how intense this was. I think that seeing him with my eyes would have killed me. Now I understand what they meant in the Bible when they said that. That if you saw God with your eyes, you would surely die. I probably would have died. I thought I was dying. I look up, boom, boom. I see like the faintest golden, what's the word? It's like almost like a TV static, but it was gold, but it was so faint. I look up and boom, I fall back onto the bed. I'm bawling. I say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I'm bawling. My heart is racing. I can barely breathe. In my head, I'm like, I'm dying. I'm actually dying. There's no way I would feel this if I wasn't dying. I knew it wasn't the rapture because I was still on the earth. I can't even explain with words. It was like so out of this world. No drug could make you feel that. And even you listening to this, you're probably comparing it to something you've experienced. And what else could you do? I can't explain it with words. I fell back on the bed. I was like, I knew he was in the room with me. He visited me in the room. I was like, Oh, I don't know how long it would have been. Maybe 30 seconds, maybe 10 minutes. But it was deep. I get up, I sit on the edge of the bed again. He withdrew his presence. He withdrew it so I could function. And in my head, I was like, how can I even live my life now without bawling every time I think about this? And by his grace, he withdrew. I don't have the same memory of that. I have the memory of it, but I don't remember the feeling. I just remember how the feeling made me feel. I can't explain it. It was heavenly. Then a few minutes later, my wife comes in the room. She's like, what's wrong? And I just said, Jesus was here. She just kind of scoffed, like, what? And I tried to explain, and in explaining, I was just broke down bawling. But the Lord came and visited me with such a heavy presence, I thought I was dying. My logic, all it could tell me was I was dying. That you don't experience the Lord like this unless you're crossing over. And she says, oh, you were just filled with the Holy Spirit. I know what that is. And I try to explain, no, I've been filled. I know how that is. That's amazing. Being filled with the Holy Spirit is an incredible sensation. And it's not the sensation that really affects you. It's the fact that the Holy Spirit is indwelling you. But this time, it was like God came and put his finger on my forehead or something. And I was bawling. I barely get the words out, but I told her. Even to this day, she doesn't know what it was. And I told her that you're gonna know, we're all gonna know when we see him in heaven. We're gonna be on the ground with our nose in the dirt, sobbing into the ground. We're gonna feel how much we don't deserve to be there. And we're gonna be sobbing into the dirt. At least at first. When we first realize when we're there. God has since told me that he showed me a glimpse of his presence out of grace. He took away my high. I asked my wife to throw away that joint right there and a lighter. And I wasn't gonna make a video about it because I didn't know, and even now I know I didn't explain it well, but that's truly what happened. The feeling I had was, I love you more than anyone in my life. My Jesus. I love him more than anyone in my life. It didn't used to be like that. I've grown closer to him. He's shown me things. He's taken away things out of my life and given me things in my life. Together we've been growing. He's been growing me, I mean. But never did I feel that. He was standing right next to me. The Holy Spirit manifested into something so tangible, but without no words can describe him. And it was just a glimpse. We're all gonna feel it so soon. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about once you're in his presence, and we're gonna feel it so soon, 1,000-fold. We're gonna feel it so strongly when we're in his presence. Don't give up hope. He's realer than this life. So I'm going through these days, this week. It's been a good week. Each day I wake up. Now I'm excited because today could be the day that we go. If you don't know Jesus, call on him today. Say, Jesus, I know I'm not perfect. I know I can't make heaven on my own. But I heard that you paid the price for me. I heard that you want me to come to heaven. So Jesus, if you want me to come to heaven, please take me there. Do what it takes. And you know what he says? It is finished. I've already done what it takes. All you needed to do was put your faith in me, put your trust in me, in my finished work. So if you're hearing this tonight and you see that you want to come to heaven, you don't know Jesus, ask him yourself. Say, Jesus, would you forgive me of my sin? And watch what happens. Love you all. Have a good night.